let's talk about 2025, right? We had a
Coming to
bunch
an
of
end.
what's that?
Coming to an end, kind of.
It is coming to an end. And with that, we've actually had all of our releases from DC Studios and Marvel Studios. Um, I want to hear your take. Who had the better year, DC or Marvel?
Ooh, I had the better year. That's tough. So Marvel would have been Cap 4, Thunderbolts, Fantastic Four,
Yes, sir.
and DC is Superman, Peacemaker, and Penguin, I guess.
Ooh, that was Penguin 25.
Dang. Yeah, double check that. Double check that. It could have been
When did
24.
Penguin? 24. 2024.
Okay.
I was gonna say it's 2024. I was gonna say that changes everything.
So wait, so did I leave anything out?
No, we're talking. I'm not gonna do like the animated shows, Creature Commandos, or like Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, which is this year. We're talking. On one hand, we got Peacemaker and Superman, and on the other hand, we have Captain America, Thunderbolts, Fantastic Four.
Who had the better year? James Gunn himself had a pretty good year. Let's see.
Making that bank.
I'll go DC. We had a lot of conversations, you and I, about what was more important, being good Fantastic Four or Superman. I was on the Fantastic Four side. You were on the Superman side because I said Fantastic Four needs to be good. We need some more hype for Doomsday. It needs to flow cohesively. These characters need to be important. These characters need to be likable, all that kind of stuff. And then your point, which you obviously could elaborate on, is Superman is literally starting a DCU, and it needs to be good, especially the Man of Steel is divisive, and we need to have our first good Superman movie since the 70s. We got our first good Superman movie since the 70s. We got our only good Fantastic Four movie. I like Thunderbolts, but I'm very happy with Superman. I'm maybe even happier with Peacemaker. And like Peacemaker season 2 makes the Suicide Squad a better movie. It
definitely
even helps Superman. I rewatched Superman after a few days ago, actually, after finishing Peacemaker season 2. So it has those early, I don't know about early MCU vibes, but it has a vibe of, oh, okay, we actually have a direction, we know what we're doing, and we clearly have the right people in charge, as opposed to what happened with the DCEU, if we're being honest. So I think it was more of an impactful year, 2025 for DC. That's my opinion.
Yeah, I think that makes perfect sense. My gut though tells me Marvel, and it might just be a personal bias of what movies of the year I liked more. When I compare at least Superman to Fantastic Four and Thunderbolts, I liked Fantastic Four and Thunderbolts both better than I liked Superman.
Really?
Yeah.
So you like, wow. So Superman's your third favorite movie of the year.
I like Superman. I really like Superman. I love Thunderbolts and I love Fantastic Four. There's just some things about Superman that maybe I structure wise, character wise, I wish we had more time with Superman in the movie. There's a few things that just bump it down a little bit for me that like, and this could also be because my expectations were so high, and then I heard everyone loved it, and I just don't know if it met
after the
exactly
trailer. How could it not be?
So solely because I think two movies beat Superman for me, I choose Marvel. I think Marvel had a better year for me personally. But I totally understand how, from like a business perspective, maybe DC, because they're starting fresh and they did have two hits. Peacemaker is great. The bottom of this list is Captain America. that is the bottom of this list. So it's close, man.
That's so funny that we're on the opposite side of the spectrum now. That's crazy. You were talking about how important it was for Superman. I was talking about how important it was for Fantastic Four. We both liked both movies, and now I'm saying DC had the better year, and you're saying Marvel had the better
Yeah,
year.
so literally, I was more excited for Superman. You were more excited for Fantastic Four. In the end, I ended up liking Fantastic Four more, and you ended up liking Superman more.
That's called expectations. That's
Thank
called when you have expectations, and you have a movie like Ant-Man Quantumania, which I hope we never talk about on this podcast. Then I
What,
steer
what,
him out of
what movie?
Quantumania.
What?
Oh yeah, that didn't even happen, right? Yeah.
Never heard of what? Is that even a word?
Good. I'm glad that you could agree that it didn't happen.
Aliens?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, apparently they were thinking about having a character named Kang, and that never happened. So
Kang, like from the comics? Oh,
yeah, the kind of
well, he couldn't work in an Ant-Man movie. And
no, yeah,
Ant-Man would be
that would be
Kang.
insane. That'd be insane.
Ant-Man's this little small, and then Kang the Conqueror. That's good thing. Yeah, yeah. Good thing that movie was never made.
That would never work. That would never work. That's a whole other thing. But yeah, no, I think it's from a business perspective for sure. But also, I Superman's my favorite movie of the year. Not called The Naked Gun, in my opinion.
You have Naked Gun above Superman?
Absolutely. I'm
So
obsessed.
good.
Like laughing nonstop, start to finish. I don't care. Yeah, sure, Superman's the better movie, obviously, but in terms of favorite, there's nothing I enjoyed more than Naked Gun. That was me.
It was, dude. Liam Neeson
So
is
good.
so funny. He's so funny.
I still am quoting things. I quoted something earlier today about it. It's so good.
So good. I gotta rewatch it.
I watched it twice in theaters in the first weekend.
By yourself?
No, one time with my former boss Brian, who I'm friends with. He's the best. And then with Aaron, with my brother Aaron.
I went by myself.